Namanya is bringing us the tea, okay, from Kampala to the world. I mean, just tell us,
So this weekend you have two events, two big events. But let me start with last week because we had the Pearl of Africa series, which
Yes.
happened in Lugazi, and wonderful course, tough course, Mark, because the best female was Martha Babiria, who shot plus 28. Now that should tell you the difficulty of Lugazi. And the next best golfer in the ladies was Meron Chomugisha, who was 9 shots worse. So that's 37. Obviously, the withdrawal of Priska Basoka made it a bit complex because you probably think Priska Basoka, being the best female golfer, was going to go on and win the event. But that said, even in the amateurs, the men and the women, no one won while playing under par. Joseph Kasozi was the best golfer for the males, the best amateur golfer, and he took home the Lions kit of the 5 million shillings. He played +5 over the 4 days, and for the professionals, you had Ronald Rumayo was the best. He secured a one-stroke victory over Marvin Max Chibirige. This was a rerun of the contest at the first Pearl of Africa series at UGC, where Chibirige beat Rumayo in a playoff. In Lugazi, they never went to a playoff, but it almost became a playoff. Rumayo had to hold his nerve towards the end. He birdied the 15th hole, the par 3, and Chibirige, I think, bogeyed number 16 and couldn't quite get the birdie he needed to force the playoff. So Rumayo winning that one at 8 over in Lugazi.
8 over?
8 over, yes.
Wow, that's
a course of hills
course
and valleys.
was tough, yeah?
Tough course, has very wide greens, which have so many tires. You've got to think. Lugazi is not just about striking. You have to put on your thinking shoes because it can punish you. It has some very tricky holes. Number 2, there's no landing spot for your t-shirt on number 2. It's not a long par 4, but the t-shirt is hard. You have a hazard waiting for you on the left. You have out of bounds on the right in the fence, and some players really suffered on number 2 or number 10, stroke index 1. So ultimately, Rukumayo had his struggles as well, Oh yeah, so when Rukumayo was making an analysis of his round, he said that what killed him in Lugazi were the par 5s. He was 16 over on all the par 5s, and these par 5s are scoring holes for golfers of that skill, of that level. So it was a wonderful conclusion to the Pearl of Africa series. Next year it's going to be bigger and better. There'll be a 4th course which is going to be enlisted in the series, probably Chigo, and then there'll be an order of merit, and hopefully more prize money for the amateurs, for the ladies, and for the professionals. Rukumayo won 3.8 million shillings. 3.8 million shillings, yes. But he'll be back for the Johnny Walker Uganda Golf Open, which is starting in just over a month from now, where you're going to have now some very, very good golfers coming in. Dismas and Ndiza, Greg Snow, and Joroge Chibugu, Mutai Chibugu, Mike Kisia, Robson Chinoy, and all these guys, the big hitters, Dane Moore, Joshua Seal, and the likes, the guys, Celestine Sanzuela from Rwanda. So it's going to be, those are going to be the closest thing we have to elite golf in Lugazi, and I'm curious to see how they'll be competing on arguably Uganda's most picturesque course. Then this weekend you have two tournaments happening in Kilembe. You have the Hima Cement, the Kilembe Open, sponsored by Hima Cement, which will be coming back after 3 years. Kilembe have had their issues. They've suffered with encroachment. They've suffered with
on the course,
sponsorship. Back in the day, by the Kilembe used to be a course which hosted the Uganda Open. It's a very, very long course, and it has produced some very, very decent golfers. People like Elton Tembo, Amon Mambale, they all hail from that region. Even Happy Robert, who is a professional with Toro Golf Club. So Hima Cement have put in 35 million shillings, and it will be interesting to see how the golfers can conquer a course which doesn't host that many tournaments in Kilembe. Then in Entebbe, you have the 4-club challenge being backed by AfriSafe. So with the 4-club challenge, you have your putter and 3 clubs of the choice. So again, this calls for thinking. It's just a unique tournament because typically a golf bag, you're allowed 14 clubs.
Yeah.
Now, to play in this tournament, you must pick 4 clubs. If I was playing the tournament, I'll get a 3-wood, and then I'll get a 7-iron, and then I'll get a 56 degree wedge. But it's very some players get drivers, and then they get 8 irons, and then they get pitching wedges. It's just about you thinking the clubs you play best to make sure that out of the 14, your bag has been narrowed down to just 4 clubs, including the Pata, for you to test your wits against the coast. Should be an interesting tournament in Entebbe, and we'll be monitoring it there to see how it goes there. Overseas, we had the final major of the year at Portrush in Northern Ireland.
The Open.
The Open, as it's called, the Open. It used to be the British Open, but now it's the Open, the 153rd Open. And the winner there was...
Surprise.
Scotty
Scheffler.
Arguably, for me, the most dominant sportsman in his discipline today, globally, because Scheffler is walking comfortably in the footsteps of Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
This is a guy who has beaten everything before him. He's won 4 majors in 3 years. The prize money he's won over the last 2 years is amazing. It's incredible. It's in hundreds of millions of dollars. And he just looked unbeatable at Portrush. From tee to green.
Effortless.
I mean, you struggle to find a weakness in Scheffler's game. His mentality, he's mentally strong. He drives well. He chips well. He knows how to scramble. And he's such a calm lad. The iron of it all, Mark, that Scheffler was saying is he finds emptiness in winning. You wonder why he's playing the game.
And
because all other golfers want to emulate him, and yet for him, he wins the trophies, and then he doesn't see.
It comes.
He doesn't find fulfillment.
It comes easy, yeah. But I think he's still young. He's still really young. Later in his career, he's going to realize just what exactly it meant for him to be this successful, and the joy of actually winning perhaps will dawn on him more if a younger guy comes and starts beating him up the way he's beating these guys up. I was looking at interviews of the guys who were meant to be chasing going into the final day when he was leading by 4 shots. And they just stopped short. McIlroy and the others stopped short of saying it was a mission impossible. They wanted to say that they just couldn't. They just knew the Open was already won.
Right on the Shambo, English,
All those guys
second.
that
The way they were talking, because
With
the
the
guy,
outcome.
because they know the
With
person
the
they are
possible
going
outcome.
after is unfazed. He's mentally together. A collapse is not likely because of his consistency. Because McIlroy was talking about how the guy has improved even what you'd have thought would be a weakness, his putting game, and how he had no weaknesses. I mean, if your guys who are supposed to be chasing, and you're saying these things.
He's the first golfer in over 100 years to win his first 4 majors by over 3 strokes.
Wow.
Over 3 strokes.
Wow.
So
even Tiger had closer wins when he was dominant.
Yes. Wow. And this guy is young, is a family person, so you don't think he's going to get distracted by of course issues. He has himself together.
Yeah, I think it's only in his head that he's going to have to take care of himself. Because Mark, what I tell you is that I listened to that interview, and there are 2 things that come to me. One is that you worry about if a guy is thinking too deeply about the game and how he's saying, because he used that phrase, "What's the point?" and they kept replaying that, "What's the point if?" Because he doesn't think that it's the most important thing in his life, and yet it should be. What you worry about is the small voices. Messing up someone in the head, because the worst bit of it, and God forbid, I don't even want to talk about it, but we should, because we are here, is then you get into a place where, because you're questioning these things too much, you get into depression. Because there's nothing to fight for, you're winning everything and you have everything. You start to slide into depression. It's a dark path. But also, away from that, away from the darkness, is that if you cannot find inspiration from what you're doing because it's too easy, or if you think that there's other distractions and all, you could end up having, rather than have long careers, like say of dominance, let's say like Tiger Woods or Michael Schumacher or Michael Phelps. So the guys who dominated their sport for quite a bit, or LeBron James and what he's done, or Nadal and Djokovic and Federer, you end up being, say, an Ashley Barty. Ash Barty,
Retired as the world number one.
yeah, Ash Barty came onto the scene,
prime
the
of her years,
Australian
yeah.
tennis player, and she beat up everybody, won every Grand Slam, and called it quits.
The good thing
I
about
think
Sheffield,
that's
like I've done it all.
In mid-20s,
The difference is Sheffield-
25,
the difference
she's
is
already
Sheffield-
retired.
the difference is Scotty Mark. The
Yeah.
difference is Scotty.
Yeah,
Scotty has got a very good support system.
yeah.
His parents are always, they follow him across all the majors. They were there next to the
Support
green when I was winning the 18th.
Yeah.
He's so fond of his son. Bennett Scheffler was just 14. He could barely walk, but you could see he's part of him. He's happily married. He has a wonderful caddy in Ted Scott. And this is a guy who's also a religious person. So he has a support structure which it kind of puts him. I mean, the auditor is that Scheffler could think of an emptiness in winning because he has every ingredient to win, and he's actually winning.
Yes.
And
Okay.
I mean, this is the closest guy to anyone who has designs on threatening Tiger Woods' record of 15 majors. It's not a record. Jack Nicklaus won 18. But if you ask me,
The modern
if
day
you ask me who can threaten Tiger's 15
15.
majors, I think Scheffler can, because he's averaging a major every year. And sometimes when you're averaging a major every year, that's all you need, because if McIlroy is 36 years and he's the world number 2 and he won the Masters this year, how many majors can Scheffler win between now and 2030? With the way he's playing, this is a guy who can easily win 7 majors between now and 2030.
Yeah,
Wow,
that would
guys.
be incredible. Yeah. But you'd better keep it in there. The other thing, of course, Mark, is to think that we as listeners around the world, probably took him a bit too seriously.
I think so.
I'm hoping that we took him too seriously,
I think so too.
and there's no worries there, because a talent like that one, you want to see it through. And we've been lucky to live to live long enough to watch different generations of dominant sportsmen, because there are certain things which you think come around once in a lifetime.
Yes.
And then they've managed to happen for us twice. I mean, I just talked about Schumacher. To have Schumacher and what's his name, the Brit, Mark?
Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton in the same lifetime is an amazing thing, because we didn't think we'd see somebody as dominant. And then you managed to see that. And then when Mark says that the projection is that this guy can do 15 majors over the next 8 or so years, reminds you that when Federer first reached 20 Grand Slams in tennis, you thought this is undoable.
Yeah.
But there were guys right on his
Someone
heels
else.
and they surpassed it quickly. Nadal and Djokovic. Djokovic is looking to put it at 25. I doubt that he will at this rate. But right on their heels, there are 2 kids who have come onto the scene who look like they can win a major or 2 every year for the next 10 years.
These kids could win 30 majors.
Yannick
there was
Sinner and Alcaraz. They could win at least a major or 2 per year. And then 20 is not too far off.
Their obstacles to getting to 30 will be themselves. But they can get to 30 majors. The way they're playing.
They can decide to split them, the 4 majors,
Yeah.
2
Yes.
for the next 10 years.
Yes.
Amazing.
All right, guys. The one I'm seeing people earning money, I think by next year I should also be able to, to compete with golf, such that becomes like another side income stream. Because it looks like there's good money in there.
Oh, you could become a boxer. Because for his punishment
Like
in
the
the
likes
ring,
of Usyk and so.
last Saturday, Mark, Daniel Dubois walked out with 10 million pounds. Not bad business. For getting beaten in 15,
Wow,
yes, or 14
That's
minutes.
15
That's a
minutes,
lot
yeah.
of money.
In 5 rounds of being beaten up, and 10 million, yeah, it's
That's
tempting.
not bad. That's not bad.
It's tempting, but my
Yeah,
friend.
but to get there, you got to have been hit like more than 2,000 times on your head.
Oh my God. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
By heavyweight
Mark.
punches, not lightweight boxers.
Thank you so much, Mark. That was really incredible.